Okay, I'm going to go over problem 148 from page 154 of the book. In this problem, you're building a community garden which is 15 feet long and 12 feet wide. You also want to build a path around the garden which is of uniform width. What that means is that this distance and this distance are the same. And I've given that the label x since that's what we're going to want to find by the end of the problem. Now, they also give you the information that the total area of the garden is 378 feet squared. In order to use that information to find x, we need to relate the area to quantities we see on the picture here. So the area is length times width. But remember they said that it was the total area, including the path. So it's not just 15 times 12. It's actually 15 plus 2x times 12 plus 2x. You see here you've got 15, but then you've also got x on both sides. And here you've got 12, but then x on the top and bottom. Okay, so the equation we get from that is up here. 15 plus 2x times 12 plus 2x represents the area, and we know that the area is 378 feet squared. So now all that's left is to actually solve this equation for x. Okay, so here I've FOILed out this expression. And on the next line, I've made some simplifications. I've added the 30x and the 24x. The 4x squared just came down here. And now I've subtracted the 378 over to this side. 180 minus 378 is 198. And I did that because I want to use the quadratic equation. In order to use the quadratic equation, I have to have 0 on one side of my equation. Okay. So in the next line, I've actually done the quadratic equation. See, negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so that's the quadratic equation. Now I'm going to start simplifying it. What we get under the square root here is 6,084 once you've simplified all this. And the square root of 6,084 is 78. So here we see that x is equal to negative 54 plus or minus 78 over 8. And when you work that out, when you put the plus sign in, you get 3. And when you put the minus sign in, you get negative 16.5. Now for our problem, a negative value doesn't make sense because we're trying to find, some length. And so you can't have a negative length, which means this is ruled out. So 3 is our solution. The width of the path around the garden was 3 feet.